Hello, this is Doug from X Factor Tactical with a review of the Mossberg 930 SPX. Why am I doing this review? Well, I figured there were probably some other folks who were trying to make a decision on whether to purchase the shotgun or not. I thought that my observations might be of value. I am looking at a shotgun that was looking for a shotgun that was going to have multiple roles. First of all, a patrol / police type of rifle / shotgun, and something that could be used for home defense, and something that I could hunt with as well. Wanted a multi-role gun. And some of the first guns that I had looked at were pumps. Looked at, of course, the Remington 870, excellent shotgun. The Mossberg 590 and 590A1, excellent shotguns. My criteria for the shotgun that I was going to choose centered around having a extended magazine tube and having ghost ring sights. That was the original criteria. Now, I've owned both the aforementioned shotguns, and they are excellent. And I really don't have anything negative to say about them. However, I've read a lot about the 930, was a little bit hesitant into moving into a combat autoloader because of reliability issues, but I'd heard so many good things about the 930 that I thought I'd give it a chance, and I'm glad I did. It's changed the way I think about autoloaders. Let's take a closer look at the shotgun. You've got some synthetic furniture. Looking at the stock here, you've got a pretty decent recoil pad, some pretty decent checkering on the comb of the stock, and one kind of poor area I don't really like, that sling swivel there. Haven't heard of anybody having problems with it breaking, but it just doesn't look particularly substantial. Moving forward on the shotgun, you can see my one addition here. Get you a different angle. The charging handle is a Choate oversized charging handle. The one that came with the shotgun was pathetic and tiny, and with gloved hands or in a critical situation, I found that there was a potential of being difficult to operate. And Choate, having the fine reputation that it does, they always make some great products. Installation was easy. Let me show you. It's so easy that I was kind of embarrassed that I had to look into the manual to figure out how to do it. That's it. It's held in with a detent. And for those of you who are thinking, oh my goodness, I might lose that thing, it might fall out when it's not supposed to, just haven't had that problem. Trigger guard, you notice, is a little bit larger for those who've handled the 870s and the 1300s. Trigger guard's a little bit larger, so if you're considering using this weapon with gloves, have a little advantage there. And you have a condition indicator right here. Kind of neat. Looking at the safety mounted up on the top of the receiver, I like that, especially for a non-pistol grip shotgun. It just seems to be in the right place, and you can visually inspect it pretty easily. However, the Mossberg with the pistol grip configuration makes it a little bit more difficult to get to. In fact, you've got to change your hand position, so that is a consideration. Over here, you've got the bolt release. Pretty big, knurled, excellent. Really like that feature. I like its position. Excellent ghost ring sights. Fully adjustable. Great Picatinny rail. Mount some neat stuff on there. You can co-witness a red dot on there, but you'll have to do some experimentation as to heights and things like that. I ran a Vortex spark on it. Couldn't really get the heights correct. I could not co-witness it, but I could use the sights. The sights were showing the lower third quadrant of the of that spark, and still usable, but not exactly what I wanted, so probably have to do some more experimentation there. The foregrip is pretty standard. Checkered plastic, kind of cheap. In fact, I encourage somebody out there that has connections to good slave Chinese labor to come up with an aftermarket forend with a Picatinny rail so you can drop a cheap LED flashlight on that, because that's all that shotgun's missing. There's all sorts of goofy attachments up here on the extended magazine tube, but it just seems cumbersome, bulky, and front heavy. Really changes the balance of the weapon. The front sight is another excellent addition. It is a fiber optic, and I'll try to get out of the shadow here. Fiber optic front sight, very fast, really neat. What you will notice is that there is not a method of slinging this weapon. There is not a sling swivel up front. Some easy fixes for that attach between the forend and the barrel extension, and you can attach some different things there, but it requires you making another purchase. Other observations of the weapon. Well, it's advertised as a 7+1 weapon, and I'll show you one of my favorite loads. Some Sierra and Bella 2 3/4 Sierra and Bella 2 3/4 inch double-aught buck. Like them a lot. However, they are just as long as 3-inch magnums, and hence, if you count how many I've got there, you see 7 total rounds. So with those 3-inch magnums, or with real long 2 3/4, you get 6+1. Nonetheless, those rounds print really well. Range. Well, this weapon has been 100% reliable. I've functioned or fired low base rounds, high base rounds, buckshot, slugs, flawless, perfect. Not a hiccup, nothing. What negatives can I find about the weapon? Well, not too many, but one thing that I'll mention is that you will have a self-correcting mistake here. When you depress the spoon, and I'll gently lower my slide here so I can depress the spoon, there's enough room in here to get your finger or thumb caught between the end of the spoon and the follower, and you can pinch your hand here in a weird, bizarre angle. So you'll do that once or twice, and that won't happen again. Anything else negative? Oh, the 3-inch rounds are difficult to get out. The angle between the spoon and the magazine tube is really designed for 2 3/4 inch rounds. When you eject the rounds using the slide release, it also allows rounds to be expelled out of the magazine tube. There's quite a lot of friction on the spoon, and you've got to pull those rounds out with your finger. So not much of an issue. I'm really digging to find something wrong with it. As far as the way it printed, man, it's fantastic. 25 yards, shoulder to shoulder on a man. Just devastating. Beyond that, you're gonna start looking at maybe a rifled slug. Now, I haven't fired too many rifle slugs for accuracy. Just have read some articles about guys shooting it out of this very weapon and shooting 3 to 4 inches at 100 yards, and that is fantastic. And when you get that type of accuracy out of this type of weapon, with the power that a 1-ounce slug can deliver to the target, I mean, you're talking about a good bear gun or other hunting applications. Great boar gun. Man, I can't imagine hunting boar with this. This would be fantastic. Again, fantastic weapon. If you're looking at an auto loader, you're looking at paying about $600 for this thing. Varies from where you're at in the country, but it favorably compares with FN and Remington's offerings, especially when you consider the price. So if you're on the fence, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, I give this a big thumbs up. Anyway, thanks for listening to X Factor Tactical, and hopefully the next time I bring you something, it'll be some targets with and show you how this prints at different ranges. Alrighty? Get you confused here and all dizzy. Thanks a lot.